Sup flappers, welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be engaging in a new discussion, and actually this arises from me reading one of your comments. And when I first read it, it actually stumbled me a little bit. I had to take a step back and I was like, interesting, because today's topic, as you can see, is the discussion between power creeping and the term outclassed, because that's what happened in this comment. I can leave it on screen somewhere if I find it. It was a couple days ago, and today I really decided to sit down and tickle my mind a little bit about this and actually do some research and stuff, whatnot, into the topic of power creeping. And to, well, I guess not really to my surprise, and I'm sure not to your surprise, when I searched up the term power creeping, it's definitely associated with a lot of negative connotation, even being called as a flawed way of game design to continuously usher in new and more powerful units. Now, let's take a look at the term outclassed, because currently in Genshin Impact, I do think the term outclassed suits more as the comment originally mentioned. So in Genshin Impact, someone like, let's say Amber, let's take two extremes, someone like Amber versus someone like Hu Tao, right? These two characters, Amber is in a way just completely outclassed, right? We wouldn't really say the term power creeping applies to this comparison. Amber is just in every way outclassed. I'm sorry, Amber mains. All right, this is not about this is not subjective. We're just talking about power levels here, right? You can love whatever waifu you want, but strictly speaking of power levels, Amber is completely outclassed by Hu Tao. And I don't see anyone specifically having a big issue with it, first and foremost because Amber is a 4-star unit and Hu Tao is a 5-star unit. Now let's take a closer comparison with Diluc and Hu Tao. Yes, Hu Tao came later, and indeed Hu Tao has a much higher potential, much higher ceiling than Diluc. Her skills, constellations, and I just feel like it just overall just flows together better. One would say Hu Tao is overall a better designed character. But now let's revisit this. Is Hu Tao power creeping Diluc, or Hu Tao again in the sense is outclassing Diluc? Because the answer that you just thought of, that popped up in your head just now, or will eventually arise in your mind, that can set the stage going forward for how we perceive miHoYo is going to be rolling out future characters, future content, or how they balance Spiral Abyss around their new characters, right? If you are okay saying, alright, actually, let's think about this. Hu Tao simply outclasses Diluc, but Hu Tao does not make Diluc obsolete. That's what the comment was about, and I'm actually very intrigued because I need to know your answers. Are you okay with a character like Hu Tao, a character like Ganyu completely outclassing previous characters, but they don't make characters obsolete? Back to the Amber example. Just because Hu Tao exists, it doesn't mean people cannot play Amber or Amber completely has lost relevancy. In fact, I would argue if Amber was ever relevant to begin with. Again, I'm sorry, Amber mains. Please don't take this out on me. We're speaking subjectively. Okay, speaking subjectively. I love Amber. It's my first free character. Played with her a long time, alright? Don't make this personal, people. Don't make this personal. I'm not making this personal. I'm keeping myself fully detached. Speaking subjectively. So now, is power creeping an issue if older characters do not become obsolete? Now, this takes us into the discussion more about our consumer mentality, right? So let's say you spent $10 on something. An iPhone, and then a week later or 2 weeks later, let's say a new iPhone drops, and of course the one you just bought now is completely outspec'd, completely outgunned by this new iPhone. And currently in Genshin Impact, and characters in Genshin Impact start to have this dynamic with each other. But at the same time, just because the new iPhone came out does not make the old iPhone you bought 2 weeks ago any slower, any worse. It still does the job fine. But we as consumers, we have this mentality that's like, well, I did not get my money's worth. If I were a little more patient, if I just waited a little bit, I could have got something better for something of the same price. It's all about value in the end, and that's how I see it. So I responded to that comment saying, well, while you make a very valid point, that's just not how consumers' brains are wired to work. Now really, people, detach yourselves a little bit, right? Let's do some critical thing. I know we're talking about a video game here, alright? We're talking about a video game.
It's only a game.
But please, apply this to beyond the video game. How often do you in life see situations like this, right? Power creeping, not just in games, but in real life. It's just capitalism. This is the society we live in. This is part of how business operates and business works, and they capitalize on this consumer mentality to make bucks, make big bucks, right? So now, reeling it back into Genshin Impact. If we are okay and we understand this concept, is it better to be able to control our spending, control our urges? You know, patch 1.6, Inazuma, fast approaching. miHoYo is about to drop some big deuces on us, okay? Big patch drops. So it's best, like this comment says, to temper our spending and temper our mentality, steal our thoughts to understand just because a new, better, shinier, stronger, cooler, faster character comes out doesn't make our old characters obsolete. And I do think that's a great and healthy mindset to be in when playing Genshin Impact going forward. Free to plays, people who have very low spending budget or no spending budget, just listen to this. Understand this concept, right? We make fun of people chasing new iPhones all the time, and yet we are here, you know, drooling over all the new characters because of big damage, because of big, you know, booties, because of big whatever features they may have. Hey, detach a little bit and understand that it's going to be okay if you don't get them. Now, finally, closing thoughts. Just want to talk a little bit about future upcoming characters: Klee, Kazuha, Ayaka, and eventually, of course, Electro Archon. We did see Scaramouche before, so we saw him eventually is going to be coming as a character. Let's just be real here. The miHoYo needs a way to sell these characters. That's why the Electro buffs are coming. That's why Anemo buffs, Elemental Mastery buffs are coming through. Understand this, see through this, and really start planning. At the very least, you know these characters are coming. Start planning now. Don't think about power. Detach power from your equation. Know that miHoYo has already figured the equation out. They're gonna have really nice and fluid constellations. At least that's what I like to think. I think miHoYo really has nailed constellations and value when it comes to these characters. So for you who are starting to save up now, there's a good chance you might be able to get Constellation 1 for the Electro Archon, or Constellation 1 for Ayaka if you just don't spend and expect everything to just be slightly better, alright? Slight upgrades or niche gameplays. I think that's what we should be really going after. Look for character gameplays that intrigue you. Look for character dynamics that you want to pair together. Eventually, we're going to get a new element. It's going to throw a whole new aspect of the game at us. Really start looking at the game from, hey, I really like how this character plays, or how I like these two characters when they are paired together. Build your team around that, because let me tell you, power creeping, or whatever you want to call it, outclassing, is not going anywhere. But hey, you can always find ways to enjoy the game for yourself. Tons of characters to play for, tons of character to gacha from, and you have control. Always remember that you have control, right? Money is in your pocket, gems are in your account. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Once again, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this kind of video. We do this every day. We do live streams, and look forward to the teapot showcase tomorrow. We have some beautiful, beautiful teapots coming to an avenue near you. Alright, so again, that's gonna be it for me. I'll see you all in the next video. Till then, stay safe and peace.